Hi all and welcome back to RantFootball. We're going to go into, I believe, round 22 results. Little video up here quickly of the Aubameyang tackle and why I think it's a sending off. Clearly there's no 10 and in slow-mo it does make it look a hell of a lot worse, but the ankle still does turn a lot in my opinion, and pretty much it's a sending off offence in this modern game. Back in the day, yellow card. Back in the real old day, punch up. Football, unfortunately, isn't the game it used to be. But easy could have broke his ankle, so I understand why VAR turned it around and gave the red card. Other note, VAR loads of decisions this weekend. I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm still confused by some of the decisions, like the Chelsea penalty, very soft one given. You can clearly see Willian has put his leg into the player. It's a clever penalty by him, but VAR should have caught that out really. And I've watched it a few times. The offsides, I can't stand them. In the Premier League, these little line graphs they're using, you know, little centimetres, inches offside. I thought the rule was VAR was to change a decision if it's clear and obvious error. These little inches, they're taking 5 minutes to decide. That's not clear and obvious. Bring it in as well. The referees sometimes have just got to go over to a screen. Let the man on the pitch who's in charge of the game decide himself on big decisions like sending offs, very close offsides. Someone else, different opinion. He's not reffing the game, so I just think it's a bit stupid. If he goes over to the screen and why the person on the other end of it is saying why he thinks his decision is, and they're both looking at it, they can debate with each other, and then the ref in the game makes the decision. Also, Premier League, bring the mic in. Let's know what the referees and the ones in the VAR official centre area are saying, so we understand these ludicrous decisions. I don't want to get on with that. I want to get off that, and I want to get into last week's predictions, because quite frankly we don't want super long videos anymore. I'm trying to get them down to at least 20 minutes, so let's get going. Premier League round 22 games. Friday game was Sheffield United versus West Ham. There will be a little moan in here as well. Full time, Sheffield United 1, West Ham 0. VAR got the decision right, disallowing the goal. The ball did hit Declan Rice's hand, accidental. But this rule's fucking stupid. End of. How can it be someone's fault going forward if it's accidentally hits their hand and it results in a goal, right? Now, VAR could easily, like a Thierry Henry handball, what helps win games, could disallow a goal, and that's what it's for. But you're penalising someone who's attacking, right? Let's get this straight. Who's attacking because the ball accidentally touches their hand, and they do gain an advantage from it. I get it, but it's not their fault. A defender kicks the ball to their hand while they're running, boom, handball, no goal. But other way round, this is where it annoys me. Striker's got the ball, cross in, pass in the area, anything, header, accidentally hits a defender's hand. Well, that's not a penalty apparently because it's accidental. So to me, it should work both ways. Get rid of this new rule. If someone deliberately handles the ball, that's what VAR's for, to disallow a goal. Don't penalise football. You're ruining the game with it all. Anyway, as I said, it was Sheffield United 1, West Ham 0. I got 0 points. I went 2-2. Gavin got 2 points. He went 2-1 to Sheffield United. Paul also got 0 points. He went 2-2. Simon got 2 points. He went 2-1 to Sheffield United. Stephen got 0 points. He went 1-1. Asher, he gets 3 points. Well on, lad. He went 3 points. He got 2 points, I should say. I muck up as per normal. Asher got 2 points. He went 2-1, and that's 2 points. Obviously, Michael went 2-1 also. He gets 2 points. We move on to the Mega Saturday. Loads of games, loads and loads and loads. We go into the first game of the weekend. It was Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 1 full time. As I said, Aubameyang, he's got his sending off. As a Chelsea fan, it's done us a favour. That's a 3-match ban. He's going to be missing the Chelsea game. He really does worry me as a striker. He will be missed because I actually think attack-wise he's been Arsenal's best player in the last few games. Well, I got 0 points. I went 3-1 to Arsenal. Gavin gets the 3 points. He went 1-1. Paul gets 0 points. He went 2-1 Arsenal. Simon gets 3 points also. He went 1-1. Craig went 2-1 to Palace, 0 points. Stephen went 2-0 to Arsenal, 0 points. Asher 1-0 to Arsenal, 0 points. And Michael got 2 points because he went 2-all. Chelsea versus Burnley. Chelsea's home form is totally different from their away form, so I thought this would be a tricky game, but I did think Chelsea would win, and I was correct. Full time, Chelsea 3, Burnley 0. Well, I went 1-0, 2 points. Gavin went 3-0, 3 points. Paul went 2-0, 2 points. Simon went 2-0, 2 points. Everyone went for Chelsea, by the way. Craig went 2-1, 2 points. Stephen went 2-0, 2 points. Asher went 2-0, 2 points. And Michael went 3-2 to Chelsea, 2 points. And the bonus of this game, Chelsea won at home and kept a clean sheet. This is what we've got to start doing. We've got to make our home a fortress like it was years ago under Jose. I think we went 3.5 years without losing. I don't really expect to see that again. But, you know, lose 1 or 2 at home, we'll start building it again. We can't lose as many as we have. We move on to Everton versus Brighton. Full time 1-0 to the Everton. I got 0 points, 1-all. Gavin got 2 points. He went 2-0 Everton. Paul got the 3 points. He went 1-0, and so did Simon to Everton. So they both got 3 points. Craig went 2-1 to Brighton, 0 points. Stephen also got 3 points. He went 1-0 to Everton. Asher went 1-all, so 0 points. And Michael gets his 2 points. He went 3-1 to Everton. Leicester versus Southampton. You're going to be shocked. You're probably thinking I'm going to say that everyone got 0 points, but you're about to find out that's wrong. A lot of us got it wrong though, and I've been terrible, and you've probably noticed that. Phill went 3-0, me 0 points to Leicester. Gavin went 2-0 to Leicester. Paul went 3-2 to Leicester. Simon went 3-0 to Leicester. Craig went 3-0 to Leicester, and Stephen went 3-0 to Leicester. So all of us got 0 points. The scary point is Asher and Michael from the good United States of America, Chelsea fans, they both went 2-1 Southampton and both got 3 points. Well done, lads. Not sure you picked that one out of the bag. We move on to Man United versus Norwich. One-way traffic, full-time, Man United 4, Norwich 0. Well, I went 2-0, so did Gavin. Paul went 2-1 and Simon also went 2-1. We all got 2 points. Craig went 1-0 to Norwich, 0 points. I shouldn't laugh because you're going to see why at the end. Stephen went 2-1. Asher went 1-0. Michael went 3-1 to Man United. All got 2 points there. We move on to Wolves versus Newcastle. Full time, 1-all. Well, me and Gavin got 0 points. I went 2-1. He went 1-0 to Wolves. Paul went 2-all, so he gets 2 points. Simon went 3-0 to Wolves. He also gets 0 points. Craig and Stephen both went 1-all. Both get the 3 points. Asher went 2-0 to Newcastle, 0 points. And Michael went 1-0 to Wolves, 0 points. Spurs versus Liverpool, the big game of the weekend. It didn't disappoint. No Harry Kane. I've got to say, Liverpool were a better team, but God, Tottenham did miss some good chances towards the end. They should have taken. There was a tackle between 2 players. A lot of people saying, what's the difference between that and the Aubameyang one? Personally, I think this was a 50-50. The Liverpool player won the ball first, and the follow-through hit the player. So I can see why that wasn't given as a red card, yellow card, possibly. Well, full time it was Spurs 0, Liverpool 1. What made a record? The best start ever in, I believe, European football leagues, top leagues. So Liverpool, well done. You're the best in the league right now. I've never really been a fan of Liverpool. It's the fan base. They haven't won the big league for like 25 years, I think, and they went on like they were still the big boys. They're back. So we're going to have to put up with it again, even if this is a one-off and Man City recruit defenders next season, because that's the only thing that's missing from City. And City get dominant again. But right now, Liverpool are by far the best in England. And as much as we hate them, we have to also respect for what they're doing. So they're playing good football. They're winning. They're champions already. Let's just say it. I mean, I know it's not in thing yet, but it would take the most amazing letdown in the history of football for this to happen, for them not to win it. So anyway, Spurs versus Liverpool, full time Spurs 0, Liverpool 1. I went 1-all, 0 points. Gavin went 2-0, Paul went 2-1, Simon went 3-0 to Liverpool. They all got 2 points. Craig went 1-0 to Spurs because he was trying to do his gut belly thing, so Liverpool would win, and it worked because he went 1-0 Spurs. He gets 0 points. Stephen went 2-1, Asher went 2-0, and Michael went 3-0 to Liverpool, so they also all get 2 points. At this point, I just want to say there's about 4 or 5 people, not me, in the title race for the mini prediction league. I mean, this is the closest I've seen it forever. It was for me because no one else knew what's going on. I was proper enjoying this and excited watching this lot. I gracefully decided this week that I would, I'll tell you in a minute actually. Anyway, we moved to Sunday games. Bournemouth versus Watford. I didn't see this coming myself personally, but maybe I should have been taking notice. Watford have been on quite a good run since the change of manager, and Bournemouth, it's downward. I think I'm worried for them because I think if they go down, I don't think they'll come back up. I think they're one of them clubs, unfortunately. But full time, Bournemouth 0, Watford 3. I went 0-0, 0 points. Gavin went 2-1 to Watford, 2 points. Paul went 2-1 to Bournemouth, 0 points. Simon and Craig both went 2-0 to Watford. They get 2 points. Stephen went 1-0, 0 points. Asher went 0-0, 0 points. And Michael went 2-1 to Watford. He gets 2 points. We go into the last game of the weekend. It's now down to 3 people who can win the league. It's pretty much, though, one person is ahead and other people would have to predict the right score, but that's how close it was. Aston Villa versus Manchester City. One-way traffic, absolutely destroyed. Man City could have scored probably a Premier League record if they really went for it. They had chances, didn't take them all though. It was full-time. Aston Villa 1, Man City 6. City were 6-0 up until literally the last seconds of the game, a penalty. So that just shows me how ridiculous it is. I mean, wow. Man City going forward. Personally, just don't want to upset Liverpool fans. When Man City are ticking going forward, they do play the best football, in my opinion. But Liverpool are the best team right now. Defending, attacking, slowing games down, going for power. And Liverpool can grind out wins, while Man City, when they seem to be playing bad, they can't do that right now. But anyway, as I said, 6-1 to the City. We all, apart from Craig, went for a City win. So we'll go. Phill went 2-0 me. Gavin went 4-1. Paul went 2-0. Simon went 3-0 to Man City. We get 2 points. Craig, he's very tall. I guess the oxygen disappeared. He went 1-0 Villa. And he gets 0 points. Stephen went 3-0. Asher went 3-1. And Michael went 2-0 to Manchester City. They get 2 points. So we have a champion in RantFootball this week, and there's no other way of putting this. I'll go from bottom. I said I'm going to explain what happened with me. I, on purpose, gracefully, as the host of this show, decided to have a bad week on purpose. Honest, everyone. I felt like if I started dominating RantFootball, no one would want to be on. But I feel like maybe the next couple of times I'm going to have to start getting back into it now. I've let you all have your fun. It's embarrassing that I'm losing all the time. I've been pretty shit. I've been Jose Mourinho. I should start moaning and I'm making excuses up. I should get miserable now and blame everyone else and everything else. Clearly the balls in the Premier League are too light. The colour of the kits are disgusting. Anything I can think of, it's the rest's fault. I don't know. Stuff it. Do a Jose moan. But here we go. In 8th place, me on a massive 6 points. In 7th place, Craig on 9 points. Though I'm just trying to figure out where everyone is. In 6th place, with 13 points, is Paul. Do you know what? I'm 6. I'm looking for number 5, aren't I? Number 5. In 5th place is Stephen and Asher. They're 5th and 4th. Both 14 points. That's ridiculous. That high points usually wins it for you. In 3rd place, this is ridiculous. 3rd place, 18 points. And 2nd place, 18 points together. is Simon and Gavin. 18 points is ridiculous, as I said. That would win it most weeks for you. It's amazingly close. And this is how close it is. First place, 19 points. Michael. Oh, not Michael. I'm not sure if it's Michael, or I should really ask his name, or Mitchell. I think it's Mitchell, actually. It's spelled M-I-C-A-E-L. Sorry, mate, but you're champion anyway. Just send me a voice message so I don't get it wrong next time. I always get confused with Michael and Mitchell. So, yeah, just tell me. So, pretty much, you're talking first place, 19 points. Second place joint together in second and third, 18 points. And, you know, them three. And then you got 14th in fourth and fifth. 14 points, as I said, would normally win it. It's ridiculous. You guys have been amazing at predicting this time. As I said, I need to step my game up. Otherwise, I'm going to have to keep on doing Jose excuses and making stuff up and blaming everyone and getting moody. But after all that, I'd also like to say, I did ask everyone a question. The 3 clubs they hate the most in English football. Now, I don't know if they're all going to do it. Me, personally, I hate Leeds United. I just think they're a dirty club. Nothing seems to change with them. I hate Liverpool. It's more down to the fan base for Liverpool, not the team, because I just think they lived on the past too long, and now they're back. They're acting like they never disappeared. It annoys the hell out of me. And then there's Tottenham Hotspurs. I really hate this club. Their fans are arrogant. The club is arrogant. They have this idea they're one of the best clubs in the world. They're the big guys. You've won nothing for years. It annoys me. You act like you win stuff. You go on about Chelsea's history and all that. We won as much stuff, if not more, than you now. We were winning stuff when you were still crap. You're still crap. You've got a really good stadium, I'll give you that. But till you win the Premier League, the Champions League, shut the fuck up. You ain't nobody. You're nobodies. That's it. You're just the outside of the big boys. The big boys win big stuff, and you can't get that done. Whew. Pretty calm. West Ham was very close, I'll tell you that. Right, yeah, so let's get into everyone's predictions, and hopefully they answer the question, and I'll see you next week on RantFootball. See you all soon, guys. Check out some of the podcasts on the After Dark Podcast Network. You also have my other show, the Orlando Addict Podcast, that's on YouTube and all podcast networks. Also have Diz After Dark, Universal After Dark, Pop After Dark, Morlando, Ego, everyone's got one. Also, for football, you've got the Half and Half Scars podcast. So check them out, all on the After Dark Podcast Network. Right, apologies guys, I've just noticed myself there's shitloads of games because the Premier League can't just do a week without playing loads of games. No wonder the players are always knackered by the time the Euros and the World Cups and the Champions League finals are here, because you overplay it in the Premier League game after game after game. Give the guys a bloody rest once in a while. Anyway, we're going into all the games. I'm going to do round by round all together. Watford versus Spurs. Watford are actually on good form. Spurs are poor. No Harry Kane. 1-1. Arsenal versus Sheffield United. I'm going to go 2-2. Brighton versus Aston Villa. 2-1 to the Brighton. Man City versus Crystal Palace. I'm going to go 5-0 Man City. Norwich versus Bournemouth. 1-1. Southampton versus Wolves. Oh dear, that's a hard one. 0-0. West Ham versus Everton. Another tricky one, bloody hell. 2-2. Newcastle versus Chelsea. I'm going to say 2-0 Chelsea. Burnley versus Leicester. Leicester to find form again. 3-0 Leicester. Liverpool versus Man United. Man United always have this way of stopping teams being great, and I think this is going to be Liverpool's first defeat of the season. It's going to shock everyone because it's at Anfield, but I always go for that stupid score, as you all know. So 2-1 to Man United. That's the first round. The next round, we've got Aston Villa versus Watford, 2-1 to Watford. Bournemouth Brighton, 2-1 to Brighton. Crystal Palace Southampton, 1-0. Everton Newcastle, 1-0 to Everton. Sheffield United Man City, I'm going to go 3-1 Man City. Chelsea Arsenal, I'm going to actually go 1-0. Leicester versus West Ham, 1-0. Spurs Norwich, 2-0 to Spurs. Man United Burnley, 3-0 to Man United. I believe that's right. Then we've got Thursday game as well. We got Wolves Liverpool. I'm going to go 2-1 to Liverpool. What doesn't make sense either way, but okay. That's that. And then we've got the last one I'm going to do, Wednesday the 29th. We've got West Ham versus Liverpool. I'm going to put that on another one. I'll put that on the other video. See you all soon. Hopefully Dinosaur Face can do better than Stupid Phill.
Hi everybody, I'm Donna from Kennewick, Washington in America, and here are my picks for the fixtures of the week of January 18th. Okay, Saturday's fixtures: Watford versus Spurs, 0-3 to the Spurs. Arsenal versus Sheffield United, 2-1 to Arsenal. Brighton versus Aston Villa, 1-1. Man City versus Crystal Palace, I'm going to go with Man City, 2-0. Norwich versus Bournemouth, 0-0. Southampton versus Wolves, 2-1 to Southampton. West Ham versus Everton, 1-1. Newcastle versus Chelsea, I'm thinking a draw on that one as well, 1-1, but you know, Chelsea could surprise us and pull another goal out, but I'm going to go with 1-1. Sunday's fixtures: Burnley versus Leicester. Varney's back, so I'm going to go 0-3 on that one. Liverpool versus Man United. Well, there's the fixture to watch, right? So, voting with my heart, and probably not with what Liverpool's been showing lately, I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw and pray for the best. As Tuesday's fixtures: Aston Villa versus Watford, 1-1 draw. Bournemouth versus Brighton, another 1-1 draw. Crystal Palace versus Southampton, I think Southampton will pull that one out with a 1-2. Everton versus Newcastle, 1-1. Sheffield United versus Man City, I think City will pull that one out, 1-2. Chelsea versus Arsenal, sorry Phill, I think Arsenal's going to pull that out, 1-2. Wednesday's fixtures: Leicester versus West Ham, 2-1 to Leicester. Tottenham versus Norwich, 2-0 to Tottenham. And finally, Man United versus Burnley. We do better with the lower half clubs, so I'm going to go 3-0. Phill asked us to give us the 3 teams that we hate the most, so for obvious reasons, Liverpool, and for obvious reasons. Second is Manchester City, because there are noisy neighbors, and you know they're there. And then Leeds United, because back in the day they were the ones to hate. So now that they're in the lower league, who cares? But Leeds United. Anyway, happy fixture day, everybody, and see you later. Bye.
How's it going, RantFootball guys? Different location again today, so I'm not sure you words to delve. Phill, you asked me for 3 teams that I hate. I don't really hate any teams. I just dislike, obviously, the obvious one, Middlesbrough and Sunderland. But there's not many teams I actually hate. That sounds right. So yeah, I can't really tell you if I hate 3 teams. I don't really hate any teams. I wish every team well in the future and whatever they do. So with that, I'll just crack on with the predictions for the next couple of weeks. So Saturday, we've got Watford and Spurs. I think Watford are going to carry on. I think Watford are going to win 2-1. Arsenal and Sheffield United, I'm going to give this one to Sheffield United 1-0. Brighton and Villa, I think that might be 1 apiece. I don't think there'll be much in that one at all. And then you've got City and Palace. I think it's going to be 3-0 to City. Norwich and Bournemouth. A boring 0-0, I'm afraid, I think. Then we've got, what is it, Southampton and Liverpool, I think. Yeah, I can't even read me all right today. Southampton and Liverpool, 3-0 Liverpool. West Ham and Everton, the decline of West Ham is going to carry on, so it's going to be 3-0 to Everton. Newcastle and Chelsea. I'm looking at you here, Phil, and Colin, if you're doing this. I think we're going to sneak it. I think we're going to sneak it 2-1. Burnley and Leicester. I'm going to give it to Leicester 2-1. And in Liverpool and Manchester United. Oh, so what have we ever put in there then? Oh, it's Southampton and Wolves. Sorry. Yeah, Southampton and Wolves. That'd be Wolves anyway. Leave that. I think it was 2-0 I put on Liverpool. Wolves, Southampton. See, I fucked this up. Sorry, Phil. I have to do some editing and look at different things. Sorry. And then Liverpool and Man United. It's going to be Man United. See, I can't even fucking think straight. Being in Manchester, you see. That's what it is. Being in the Worsley area. Liverpool 2-0. And then we've got some midweek games this week. So we've got Tuesday. I'll just move that over. There we go. So we've got Tuesday, Villa and Watford. Watford again, I think. I think Watford are on a bit of a revival. I think they're going to come back. I think it's going to be 2-1 to Watford. Burnley and Brighton. I'm going to give Burnley this one. 1-0. Palace and Southampton. I'm going to give this home win to Palace 1-0 again as well. Everton and Newcastle. I think it's going to be 1 apiece. Sheffield United and Manchester City. Manchester City 2-1, I think. Chelsea and Arsenal. I think Chelsea will win this because, as Phil says, London is blue. So Chelsea 2-0. Then we've got Leicester and West Ham. Leicester 2-0. Spurs and whoever that is. I can't bloody read my own writing. Norwich. Sorry, guys. Spurs and Norwich. I think that's Spurs. Maybe 1-0. Might sneak it. Then Man United and Burnley. I think Man United 3-0. I think Burnley are getting a bit in trouble at the moment. And then, if you want this one, because I don't know whether you wanted it in or not, Phil, I can't remember. Wolves and Liverpool. I will give that 2-0 to Liverpool. So, yeah, guys. Yeah, that's the Rant Football for this week. Just give you a bit of a look. It's called the Words of Delph. It's like a little old 1800s. Used to grab coal out of that little hole. Used to grab coal from over there and whip it down all these canals onto Manchester Ship Canal and all that. So yeah, thought I'd give you a different area this week. So do your usual stuff for Phil. Hold up, right, and now we'll see you next week.
Oh hey, you join me in bed while I'm just lying here like writing poetry and shit. So writing poetry and shit. So Watford Spurs. Watford are resurgent, Spurs are diabolical. Watford 2, Spurs 1. Arsenal Sheffield United 1-1. Brighton Aston Villa 1-2. Man City Crystal Palace 1-1. Norwich Bournemouth 2-2. Southampton Wolves 3-1. West Ham Everton 4-0. Newcastle Chelsea 2-1. Burnley Leicester 2-0. Liverpool Man United, no emotion, 2-1. So, we've got another round of games. Oh, just let me scratch my nose. Oh, right. Oh, fucking games, lad. Aston Villa Watford 1-2. Bournemouth Brighton, God, the Premier League shit. 1-2. Crystal Palace Southampton 1-2. Everton Newcastle 1-2. Sheffield United Man City 1-2. Chelsea Arsenal 1-2. Leicester West Ham 2-1. Spurs Norwich 2-1. Man United Burnley 7-0. Wolves, Liverpool, 1-1. Okay, so on to the topic that Phill, the slaphead, wants us to talk about. Don't forget, with the predictions, to say 3 English teams you hate. Well, I'm a 46-year-old adult, so I don't hate any teams. Okay? Back in the day, we hate Nottingham Forest, we hate Everton too. They're shit. We hate Man United, but Liverpool, we love you. All together now. So, back in the day, I hated Everton. I used to watch them with my mates, my Evertonian mates, but I hated them. Okay? Man United. I hated Man United. I went and seen a 0-0 draw in the late 80s, somewhere around Christmas Eve, and all we sang about was Brian Robson wanking or spunking or something. So, Man United. And then Chelsea, because fuck off, Chelsea FC, you ain't got no history. Yeah, slaphead, Phill, suck it. So, Chelsea bought the way to countless titles and whatever, where other teams have had to build, like the mighty Red Men, with spending next to nothing, shall we say. Dangling the fishing rod so Phill bites, 'cause he will. But, as a 46-year-old man, I don't care anymore. I just like football. I love Liverpool FC. Hopefully I get to see them win the league again before I die. It's only January. No one wins the league in January. There's a long way to go. So, there you go. I wept when Gerrard slipped. I wept when Sunderland went to Chelsea the weekend before and beat Chelsea that season, because I genuinely thought at that point, I turned to my girls and I said, Daddy's going to see Liverpool win the league again. Because I was a massive Liverpool fan when last time they won the league. I was a boy, basically. It was a scally law, going to match and all that. I don't go to match anymore. I've got a family, I can't be asked to work shifts, whatever. If I can get the match maybe 1 or 2 times a season, I will. If I can't, I won't. But there you go. Don't hate any team. Don't hate any team. I want Leeds to come up. I want some of the bigger teams to come up. What I do hate is looking at that Premier League. That's supposed to be the best league in the world. And what you've got is 2 world-class best teams in the world. The top 2 teams in the world up there, and Leicester, let's be honest, right? And the rest of that league is diarrhea. You shouldn't have Burnley and Brighton and Bournemouth in the Premier League. Get them out. Get them out. Reduce the league down, or make sure, fix it so the big teams can get back up. Where's Sunderland? Get them back up. Where's Leeds? Get them back up. You know what I'm saying? There's me rant. That's what you wanted to see, Phill, isn't it? That's what you wanted. Rage when I haven't got any. When I have a little bit.
Good evening. Hello everyone. It's Gavin here, the Man City fan. Ready for RantFootball week, whatever week we're on. I believe it's been very close this week to see who won the league. I think there's about 3 of us that are on around the 20-point mark, which is quite good going for 10 matches. Don't know who's won, don't know how many points, so let's see what happens when Phill tells us tomorrow. He's asked us to think of 3 teams that we don't like. Now, being a football fan, there's no team I don't actually dislike. I don't mind seeing teams lose every now and then. You know, like teams that are close by to your team that could stop you from doing stuff. But there's no actual team I dislike. So, sorry Phill, boring, aren't I? Wait till next time you ask players, then you'll be really miffed with me, because I'll mention so many Chelsea players that I can't stand, you won't believe it. Right, I'm going to get on my predictions. I think we've got 20 games in total, because we've got some weekend games, and we've got midweek games. So I'm going to start with Watford 0, Spurs 1. I think Jose Mourinho's got them guys sorted now. Arsenal 1, Sheffield United 0. Same as with, what's he called? I can't remember our old number 2's name anymore. It's not that important. Arsenal 1, Sheffield United 0, because I think he's got them sorted. Brighton 2, Villa 1, because I think Villa are now on that slope. I've put City 3, Palace 0, because we're good. Norwich 1, Bournemouth 0. Yeah, I reckon Norwich is going to square that 1-0. Southampton 1, Wolves 0, which totally goes against my Super 6, actually, those last 2 scores. But hey-ho. So I'll keep it as is. West Ham 0, Everton 1. I think that goes against my Super 6 as well. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, Newcastle 1, Chelsea 3, because Newcastle are not as good as Chelsea. Burnley 0, Leicester 1, even though Leicester got beat last weekend, I think they'll come back. And I've put Liverpool 2, Man United 0, because I reckon United were lucky at Old Trafford to actually get a draw against Liverpool. Right, for the midweek games, I've got Villa 1, Watford 0, because even though Villa are on that slippery slope, Watford I think is still down there. Bournemouth 1, Brighton 1, local South Coast derby, going to be even Stevens there. Palace 1, Southampton 0. Everton 1, Newcastle 0. Sheffield United 0, City 2. We're only going to score 2 against Sheffield United. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0 in the big Liverpool London derby. Leicester 2, West Ham 0. Spurs 3, Norwich 0. Man United 3, Burnley 1. And Wolves 0, Liverpool 2 to continue their undefeated streak. So let's see how that does this time over. Like I say, if I didn't win, congratulations to whoever won. And Gavin's out. See you soon. Bye bye.
Alright, hello again. Hello. Right, a few more predictions. Rock right on because there's a few. So got Spurs and Watford first. Go 2-1 to Spurs, away win. And then Arsenal, Sheffield United, 2-0 for Arsenal, you never know. And Brighton and Aston Villa, gone 2 each there. City against Crystal Palace, City a bit of form again now, so 3-0 for them. Then Norwich against Bournemouth, 2-1 to Bournemouth there, Norwich defeat. Southampton Wolves have gone 1 each with that one. And West Ham and Everton have gone an Everton away win, 2-1. Do like me 2-1s. And then Chelsea against Newcastle, Chelsea away, give them 3-1. Newcastle, I think Chelsea will be too strong. And Burnley against Leicester, see Leicester getting back on a bit of winning ways, so Leicester 2-1. Then United and Liverpool, I always go for United win, but I've got a feeling we'll draw again against Liverpool. They do seem to turn up against them, but they are very good, aren't they, unfortunately. Right, so 1 each for them two, United and Liverpool. Then the next round is Aston Villa against Watford. I've gone 2-1 to Villa. And Bournemouth and Brighton, 2 each. Crystal Palace and Southampton, I've gone 2-1 for Crystal Palace. Everton and Newcastle, I've got loads of goals in this one. Newcastle, 3-2 win. And Sheffield United against City, Man City. Big 4-0 for City. I think they'll whitewash them. Chelsea and Arsenal, derby. I think they'll got 1 each for that one. And Leicester, I think Leicester will beat West Ham 1-0. And Spurs will beat Norwich 3-1. And United against Burnley next Wednesday. I just hope that, I don't know, we should beat them, but yeah, 2-1, United win. And then round it up, last one, Liverpool against Wolves, Liverpool away, 3-0. 3-0 to Liverpool, but yeah. Been asked about the three hated teams, but for United it's pretty standard really. Got City, Liverpool and Leeds. But at the moment, Liverpool are flying, they look like they're going to win the league, which isn't great. City have been doing well for the past, a few years now, they're doing really well, which isn't great. And Leeds are, they look like they're going to get promoted. unless they have another wobble like they did last year. But yeah, having a bit of a blip at the moment. But we're back in the Prem next year, which isn't great. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Enjoy the football.
Me again, guys. I've come to notice I can't seem to get these videos shorter no matter what trick I'm trying. I might just have to try and figure something out. Speed through stuff at the beginning. I mean, really fast. I'm going to try one more time next week. If not, we're going to go back to 2 videos a week, I think. Yeah, again, newbies on here this week, you see. If you want to be on, message on YouTube, on the social media, you see it. Just comment on them or email me at baldphill@gmail.com. That's BALDPHILL@gmail.com. I couldn't even say that properly. Now get on it, guys. See you all soon and enjoy the next one on Rant Football.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got music on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you want it, put your hands in the air. Make them stay there.
This podcast is part of the After Dark Podcast Network.